Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout Speed Round, where we answer a quick question every Wednesday through Friday to keep our group chat fun going all week long. So, this is my daughter's senior year in high school, and in addition to all of the school fees that are expected of us, senior year also brings its own set of special fees that include various items such as, the robe and the cap and the, whatever class ring if you want it. And this is something that I didn't necessarily have when I was growing up, but the senior photo is also another big must-do on our must-do list of the year. So now we're not talking like the, senior photo that the school does, and we're not talking the senior photo with the cap and gown. I mean, we're talking like photo shoot senior photos.
Really?
Photo shoot at the beach senior photos.
Golly.
You wouldn't believe it. I mean, it is big business around here. I don't know what they do up in Wisconsin or New Jersey, but holy cow, senior photos are they were too when my son was going to school, but it's just becoming so much more, obviously it's an expectation, but just the extent to which the girls go to, the places where they go to get their photos done, the clothes they wear, 6 different outfits, 3 different locations. And even in our town now, we have these 2 photographers, and they kind of have deemed themselves as, reps for the 2, crosstown high schools. Mm-hmm. And so there's this constant, thing on Instagram of, sign up with so-and-so for your senior pics, and sign up with, this other person for your senior pics. It's like this little online thing going between them, who can have the most kids for senior pics, and they have their brand ambassadors who, these are girls that are in the senior, or who are in the grade, and they've signed up to have their pictures done exclusively by that photographer, and they share their pictures online, and it's just crazy. Like, it's just this big campaign to get the most, to who are you going to have your pics done with, and it's just so out there. So I don't know if it's just like a California thing or a Southern California thing, but let me tell you, and it's not cheap. Yeah. It's an investment.
Yeah, a friend of mine was just showing me the other day all the proofs from her sons, and even for a boy, like it was like I don't know, 30, 40 pages with like 6 pictures on a page, and it was tons of poses, tons of different like outfits and props, and here's some with his cello, and here's some with his guitar, and here's some with his like swim cap and goggles, and every activity he does had to be represented, and she said that the photographer that they use, like, he has this huge studio and like a property with outdoor places that he uses, indoor and outdoor, like tons of backgrounds and scenes and stuff. So yeah, it's a big thing here.
It's a big deal.
I think when it comes to my daughter, one of the moms who's skating moms is a photographer, and she does senior pictures. So I think we can probably just go with her, and that will be fairly simple. So
yeah. And my daughter's bucking the trend too. She is first of all, she doesn't really like either photographer's styles. She's got, she's a little biased. She likes taking photos of herself, of other things. So she's kind of got her own style, and she's going to buck the trend a little bit and go with somebody else in town. So yeah, which is kind of good. It'll set her, photos apart. They're not going to be, these typical sitting in the field with
right. And I mean, I remember from when I was a senior, it was like in a studio, everybody went to the same guy. You had to have one with like that black velvet drape thing across your shoulders, and then like maybe one other outfit, and that was it. That's what you got.
Yeah. I remember when I was in school, there was like two high schools in our town, and the one I went to, the girls always wore this blue feathery thing. You would just see the shoulders and up, so it would be like this feathery blue thing. And then the other high school, they wore this maroon velvet thing. And that was always different. And our year, you got to choose whether you wanted the blue feathery thing or the maroon velvet thing. It was a big deal. That was the big variety.
Wow.
And now, it does seem, I don't think that we have the extracurricular photo shoots, although I would not know because my kids weren't in the popular circles where people would do that. So it's possible some kids did. But the one that the school did seemed much more elaborate than what I remember. They took the pictures at the school, but you did have a whole bunch of different things you could pose with, which I don't remember, because you could have one with I think my daughter took one with her trombone and one with her bowling ball and one with, all the different, activities, and one with a big, the year that she graduated. And there was like lots more props than I remember. Ours were just slap on the drape, smile pretty, next. So, it does seem to have been, maybe the schools are doing more for the kids who can't afford to go take the fancy photo shoot so that they'll at least have a little bit of variety and not just the one. I don't know. But I was surprised. Of course, it's also a bid to, you have to have one of each shot. Look at each one. Look at all these different varieties of things. Surely you want to get the monster mega package but we got a few, but not the whole range. But I love looking at my son's. It looks like he is either a real estate salesman or a local politician. He's got that fake smile plastered on. Let me sell you a used car. Cute. Is what it says.
Yeah. No, it doesn't appear that our school's doing anything different. I think they just use the kids. Actually, maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah, it's definitely not something that everybody does, but I think the majority of the kids are starting to do it now. And
nice little gold mine for photographers.
Oh gosh, yeah. If you can get the right crowd of girls to start pushing your pictures, you're in.
Yeah, and then if you impress, you can do their weddings in a little while.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Build up your client base.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is it for today's speed round. Come back tomorrow for another question and visit parentingroundabout.com for all our group chats and other weekly episodes. Hey, before you speed off from the speed round, please consider listening to all our podcast episodes, short and long, on the Radio Public app. It costs you nothing, and we get a little change for every listen. Thanks for the support.